Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 9 properties today, and thanks for joining us. So we're going to start off with this building here, 383 Main Street, number 523, $299. It's a 1-bedroom plus den, and I would say that, boy, I'll tell you, I love this building. I'm a big fan. If you've watched past episodes, ICF walls, it's quieter in this building. There's triple glazed windows. You've got solar panels, geothermal heat. That's kind of interesting. Open, close. And yeah, I just think that they built this one the right way, thoughtful, and I think it represents a good long-term investment. You can probably pay $30,000 or $40,000 less for a 1+1 in another building, but your fees are going to be higher. And I think long-term, you look at something like this, the solar collection alone, Milton Hydro writes a check to the condo corporation in this building some months for more than $100,000. So as a proportionate owner, as a condo owner, you get to benefit from that with obviously lower fees. So it's really, I'm a huge fan. The new west side is just starting to close, and I was lucky enough to go in there on the weekend, and we're going to be putting a place out for lease. I'll tell you more about that when it comes out. But the west side building looks incredible too. That's the phase 2 building. This one is kind of on the east side of downtown. The west side is just on the other side of Bronte. So it's in a kind of a quieter residential area. Both fantastic buildings. So Hampshire Way is $359. And if you remember this one from the previous listing, it's got a big green something or other on the fridge, which I would suggest taking it down. Here's my point. What they did price-wise, they were in the 360s. They were $361,900. And if you look back to the video, my feedback was anything over 360 is very difficult. The real go zone for this development is in the 350 to 360 range. That's where they're all selling. So here's the thing. Then from 361.9, they dropped the price to the mid 350s, and I thought, perfect, that's going to be the price it's going to take to sell it. Now all of a sudden I see that they've canceled it and they've relisted for $5,000 more, which makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't understand the logic behind it. We call that the kiss of death. You can't sell it at this price, so you're going to raise the price and start over. Bizarre. Hobbs Crescent, 444, 444. Let's talk about numbers for a second. So my understanding, and if there's any Chinese viewers in the Milton Daily Homes audience, which I'm sure there are, let me know. But my understanding is that the number 4 is really not a good number for somebody who believes in that aspect of the Chinese culture. And the reason why is because the word sounds like death. So the asking price of this home is death, 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 death. So I don't know, probably not the ideal. And there's a 4 in the in here, and you add 3 and 1 together and you have 4, and it's just I don't know, there's a lot of 4 stuff going on. If 4 is your lucky number, maybe this is the right place for you. It's got a nice floor plan. It's got a good amount of finished living space for the price. You've got your finished basement, plus you have your green space behind. All in all, I actually like this home, but I think that the pricing, I don't know if I would have done the 6 4s in a row. Anyway, Featherstone is $459. Here's the thing, detached home for $15,000 more than the previous, and you've got a finished basement. You probably have as much finished space as the previous, and that's a townhouse, right? This one doesn't back onto green space, but it's detached. So I like it. They've had a couple of low sales in this neighborhood, and I think that they're probably playing off of that. Really nice home. I know a lot of these link style homes, that's a great little space for an office, by the way. They were clever to open that space underneath the stairs up. But what can happen is that you might lose storage space, because that's a common area for people to actually store stuff. Great looking laundry too. Oftentimes we can see people parking 2 cars side by side in the driveway just because the way it's positioned, and it's a nice long lot. And you get all the benefits of that Main Street corridor of Main and Thompson, getting on the James Snow Parkway. I think it's excellent. I think it's a great price. They are linked actually by the foundation, so they look detached from the outside, but there may be some part underground that is linked with the neighbor. it resembles much more of a detached pricing than a semi-detached, obviously. So Duncan Lane is $469. It's in a pretty safe spot. It's a Robindale corner. We just saw a Robindale end with a finished basement go for nearly $500,000. So this one doesn't have the finished basement, but it's got the upgraded flooring upstairs. It's got a nice looking kitchen, 9-foot ceilings. I think they're definitely on track here. I think they've got the right price. It's on Duncan Lane, but it's not directly facing the train tracks. So if you look at where it is, you come around the corner, and I think it's this property right here. So Google Maps kind of mismapped it. I think it's this this little spot right there. So looks good to me. Price point, I still think that price point, the Robindales always sell for more than I expect, but you know, people are paying for it. I think it's a good deal. Ridge Crescent is $579, and so 60 by 125. You've got a back split. You've got hardwood granite counters. You've got roof, furnace, garage door, patio door, new electric panel. Lots of stuff in this home. So the structural looks good. The description sounds good. The only thing is it backs onto employment land. So if you look at, this is the zoning map right here. So here's the property. It's one door in from Ontario. So you get the road noise. And then you have the kind of like the little factory employment land right here. You've got the gas station right there. I don't know. So you do have Louis' Diner, which is, to me, very good thing. I love Louis' Diner. But that's where the price point is. If it was in a slightly more ideal location, you know, backing onto their homes, maybe a little quieter, a little bit into the subdivision, you're going to find that the price would be closer to $600 or more. But let's wait for the pictures. But that's basically the story on that. It sounds like a very nice home. You might have to live with a little bit around the area. 468 Dymott is $650, and so it's about 2,200 square feet. Nice finishes inside. You've got your carpet runner, so if you have kids, a little bit easier for them on the stairs. I like the way the pot lights kind of sparkle. It's a massive couch, but it's a good traditional layout. The stairs are in the back of the house, so that faces the back, which we really never see in these homes. I don't know if that's maybe ideal for kids, but the kitchen looks nicely upgraded. You've got your molding here. You've got your upgraded countertops, gas stove, and then you go upstairs. Really, that's all they're showing is your main floor, right? Which is unfortunate. So I get that it's a very nice main floor, but show me the bedrooms. Finished basement is another thing. Like, why am I not seeing the finished basement? I want to see the finished basement before I go have a look at it. But for that size home, 22 plus the basement, they said close to 3,000 square feet. I think the price is right on. I think that that's a pretty fair price for what you're getting. Campbellville Road is $689.5, and so you're basically 5 Side Road West. I think you're west of Tremaine, around Dublin Line and 5. You're finding a lot of the dump trucks from the quarry there, but I think you're west of that. Even you're west if the new Tremaine road exit happens. Well, of course it's going to happen, but what I'm saying is you're probably not going to get the redirect from those dump trucks coming west. If you're confused, that's fine, because my mind right now is just all over the place. Anyway, it's a nice looking home. The main thing I think with this one, it's about a half an acre, but you're pretty close to the 401, so you're not going to get that country sort of like complete quiet. You're going to hear the road noise from the 401, absolutely. There's probably some nice views from this house, which they didn't really show in the pictures. Row Terrace is $775, and it's the last one in the list. Wainscoting, it's a nice looking house, right? It's 2,800 square feet. Intracourt built it. You're on a 40 by 100 foot lot, which is actually the size of a lot of the old Milton places, like in Bronte Meadows, for example. That's a nice sized piece of property. So they gave you maybe an extra 10 to 20 feet compared to what you get from Mattamy. And you can see that. It's a nice sized lot. You have to put the fence in here, so I'm guessing it's probably, for that size of property, maybe $1,500 to $2,000 to share the cost with your neighbors. So here's the interesting thing is that, and we've profiled this before, so you're getting about $500 a month from the solar panels. So I'm concerned about the length of time of the contract for solar. I'm concerned about what it'll actually do to your roof in terms of like the wear and tear, the extra weight. I don't know. So do the research on it. But from a raw money perspective, $500 a month is the equivalent to about $100,000 of mortgage money, right? So if you took $100,000 and you calculated the payments over a 25-year span at today's interest rates, you're going to kick out about $500. So buying this home at $775, if you receive the benefit from those solar panels, it's going to feel a lot like a net cost of $675. And if you look at this home compared to the $675 homes, you're getting a lot more than most of them. So anyway, let's see what happens with it. Very nice finishes inside, and there we go. I better stop the video because I can't seem to speak English today. Maybe I'm speaking Chinese. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes. Thanks for watching.